Hello my lovely Cutiecalities, welcome back to my channel. As you all know, I am gonna be uploading soon a crochet project here on my channel, and just to let you know that it's gonna be live on my channel next week because I know you guys are very excited for that video, and I wanted to keep up with you guys and have a video this week. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the products and tools that I think is the best when crocheting, my favorite ones, and the ones that I recommend if you're a beginner on crochet. And everything that I use is inside of this little bag right here, and trust me cuties, you don't need more than what's inside here. So if you guys enjoy, make sure you give a massive thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. So let's get on with the video. So here's my crochet tool case, and it's very tiny, and one thing that I love the most about the bag, that is very compact. It has two little compartments and it fits a lot of things inside, and I still have a lot of space. I'm gonna be showing you guys everything that I have inside, but first let's talk about this little design right here. If you guys know, I am a cat lover, so this, it's everything for me. I love the colors and I love the design as well. I'm gonna be leaving all the links in the description below if you guys want to buy the same one, and all of the little things that I have inside of my case. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the top compartment first. So all of the items and little tools that I have in this bag are my favorite tools for crocheting, and towards the end of the video I'm gonna be showing you guys the things that you will need if you're a beginner on crochet, so stay tuned for the end of the video. So the first thing that you see when I open the bag will be the hooks that I have, so these ones right here, and these are my favorite hooks, the ones with the silicone right at the top, because when I'm crocheting with these ones I can crochet longer than only with the metal. So that's gonna be up to you. This is something that you have to kind of like test and try crocheting with different hooks, and then you find your favorite ones. But these ones are my favorite ones, and these ones I have the numbers right at the top, so it's very easy for you to find. So here I have the 2mm, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5.5, 5, and 6. So these are the ones that I have for this pack right here. So moving into the next part of the case, you can see these ones are the little two compartments, and that's what I was talking about, that it's nice and compact, tiny and compact, that I really love. And crochet tools can be quite tiny, so you want to keep them in a nice and safe place, so I really like the little pockets right here. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the first one. So in the first pocket right here I keep all of my stitch markers, and I have the larger ones like this one to kind of like mark large numbers of stitches. If you guys want, I can make a video for you guys on how to use this. And I also have this other one right here with all of my tiny markers, and I have quite a lot of these because I do like to kind of like mark down my stitches. So these ones are the ones that I have. And I also have these two right here that you see quite a lot of my videos, especially these ones right here. I used to have two, but I'm not sure where's the other one. That's why I love to keep them in little pockets, because you lose them. So I have this round one, and I have also this metal one right here that I really love to use this one right here as well. So this is what's inside of the first one. So now let's move into the second pocket. So in this little pocket right here, I keep all of my tapestry needles or yarn needles. It depends on how you want to say it. So these are all of the yarn needles that I own, as you can see. And I have different sizes as well. So I'm going to be using extra small to large so you guys understand a little bit better. So I have the extra large ones, as you can see, and it's basically a plastic one. I do prefer the metal ones better, but that's going to be up to you which one you prefer. And I have the larger ones, these ones right here. This one is gold and it's metal, so you can see that it's a little bit more sturdy, and it's going to be better for us to kind of like go through and make sewings on our projects. And in the medium size I also have a silver one, and I also have a green one, which is basically a plastic one, so this one. And these are the last two that I have, the small one and the extra small. And my favorite one, it's going to be the extra small one, because I think it's very easy to work with, but of course that's going to be up to you which one you prefer. And I also have this little tube to keep all of them, so they are kind of like in a safer place and I'm not going to be losing them. So this is the next tool that I have, and this is basically to help you to put the yarn through the loop right at the top of your needle. I'm not going to be using, of course, for the larger ones, but I use for the for the smaller needles and for the kind of like smaller yarns as well, if they kind of like thready right at the end and you cannot go through the loop right at the top of the needle. You don't really need these, but I think it's quite helpful to go through kind of like smaller needles and everything. So this is my next tool, and I really love these ones when I'm making larger projects and I have to count the rows, and it's quite confusing when you have to go back and count them. And this is called a row counter, so this is very helpful if you are making larger projects. On smaller projects I don't really use these, so this is quite helpful if you need to count the rows. So my next tool is a pair of scissors. I do love a tiny pair of scissors. I don't like the larger ones because these you can actually grab the yarn that you want to cut and then you can just cut it right where you want to cut. If it's a larger one, sometimes you can just cut your entire project. That happened to me already, so I don't really recommend. So grab a tiny one, and this is my favorite one you see on all of my videos, so I'm always using this one. So on my second compartment, I have here on the left side all of the hooks that I own since when I've started crocheting. These ones my mom gave me when she was crocheting in Brazil, back in Brazil. I cannot even believe that. So they are probably like 20 years old and they're still here. This is my ultimate favorite hook. So gray right at the bottom and silicone right at the top. So I love this one right here, and this is for sure my favorite hook size as well, is the 3.5. So let me know in the comments below which hook is your favorite as well. My one is this one, and right here I keep all of the other sizes. I have the metal ones which are very tiny. You can see like 1.1, 1.25, 2.10 and 1.75. And then the gray ones, I have a 3mm, a 5, a 4.5, and then I have an 8mm. This one is 3.5, yeah, 3.5, 3.5 as I told you guys already. And then I have my larger hook, which is at 10mm. And I have the colored ones right here. I'm not really a fan of these because they do fade quite a lot, and you can see the metal color coming through right here. So I have this one, it's the 5.5, the purple, and then the pink one and the green one, they are full. So I do keep all of them here, but these are basically all of the hooks that I have at the moment. So the first thing that I have right in this pocket is a second pair of scissors, and this one has a little case kind of like for right at the top, because scissors can be quite sharp, so if you're traveling quite a lot they can be also dangerous. So if you are traveling quite a lot, make sure that you find one that kind of covers right at the top. So this is my second pair of scissors, and then I have two measuring tapes. Of course you don't need two. One came with the case, and then this one is basically the one that I have for like probably 10 years. But it's very important that you have a measuring tape if you're doing a made to measure project. I'm always measuring things for you guys in the videos, you know that already. So I would really recommend you guys having a measuring tape with you guys all the time. This one is basically when you need to remember the measurement that you just measured. So let's say that I want 20 centimeters. There we go. So I need to remember 20 centimeters. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna be leaving my measuring tape in that measurement, and then I can go back to that. But that's gonna be up to you. I never had a problem with this one, but just choose which one is better for you, and then you can have one of them only. So this is the last item in my crochet 2 bag, and this is basically to know the size of your hook if it's not written in the hook already. So let's say that this one wasn't written anything right here and you want to know the size of the hook. So basically you're just gonna go through the little circles right here, and if it goes through, it's basically not the size of the hook, so it has to kind of like stop right at the top. So this one goes through, this one, this one, this one goes as well. There we go. So this is basically the size of my hook. This is a 3mm. That's a 3mm hook. So this is the last item, and now I'm going to be showing you guys what I recommend if you're a beginner on crochet. So these are the 6 things that I recommend if you're a beginner on crochet. When I've started to crochet, guys, I only had one hook and a pair of scissors, which it was quite large, so I do prefer the tiny ones. So make sure you have a tiny pair of scissors. So the first thing that I recommend you guys having is a measuring tape. This is very important if you guys are doing made to measure. I know it's crazy to start like this. You do have to get used to measuring things, and it's very important when you measure, because then you get it precise and it's basically the right size and everything. So I do recommend you guys having a measuring tape. I'm pretty sure that you already have in your sewing kit, so this is very important. And a tiny pair of scissors. So when I've started, I told you guys already I had a bigger one, so don't use the bigger scissors. This is much more precise and it's tiny and it's easy to store anywhere that you want. So for the hooks, I would recommend you guys having two sizes. I have here my favorite ones, the 4mm and the 3.5mm hook. But of course you can have a little bit more. You can buy a kit that is very cheap as well, that has all of the sizes. And when I've started, I only had a 4mm hook, and I fell in love with the 4mm hook because you can actually crochet anything that you want with any yarn weight with only the 4mm hook. And I did a lot of projects, guys, with only the 4mm hook, but when I found the 3.5, I fell in love, and this is now my ultimate favorite hook. So this one right here, I would recommend you guys having two, but you can start with only one, and I would recommend you guys the 4mm because it's a much more larger hook and you can also kind of like get used to very quickly. So the next thing that I recommend you guys having are stitch markers. I didn't have these at the beginning. I was just using paper clips or hairpins. You don't need to buy them straight away right after you start crocheting. You can wait a little bit, but these are very helpful if you need to kind of like mark down stitches, because at the beginning you get lost quite easily on the first stitch and the last stitch on the project. So these ones are very helpful for that part. So the last thing that I recommend you guys having is a tapestry needle. You don't really need this. You can use your own hook to sew things together, but this is very helpful. When I found this, guys, it saved a lot of time when I was sewing projects together. So this is very important for me, and I still use these very often, even to kind of like fasten off the project at the end, so you can just like sew in the end of the project. So this is the last thing that I recommend you guys having. So this is everything for today's video. I am going to be making a post on my website so I can add a few more extra information for you guys. If you guys want to check it out, I am going to be leaving the link down in the description below. So make sure you give a massive thumbs up and also come and join the Cutiecality family. I post videos every week here on my channel. So see you guys soon next week. Bye bye!